Hi guys, Jata here, and I'm doing a video for you for probably what has been the wettest day I've seen in England for quite a while. It's raining and it's just a typical day in English weather history. If you haven't already seen what we put up with, there it is for you. England in a nutshell. Rain, cold, damp. Snow will be coming soon hopefully. Well, judging by this weather, there'll be no snow because it'll be so wet on the ground. I'm surprised that we are still a country because we probably would have sank by now. But never mind that. There we go. I'm here to talk about Jenson versus Kevin. As you probably know, it's getting to that point where McLaren are going to be announcing their driver lineup soon. As we already know, Alonso is going to be there without a doubt. There's rumours going about that he signed the contract. It's been a done deal. It's going to be used by Abu Dhabi, and really, obviously, someone has to give way at some point. Who's going to partner Alonso? So I've got two guests with us today. I've got Jenson Button and Kevin Magnussen. Obviously, they're not the real Jenson and Kevin, but they're the closest I could get. So we're going to start off with Jenson Button, the most experienced Formula 1 driver on the grid today. Obviously, there was more, but as you've known, Barrichello and Mark Webber have already left. So Jenson is the most experienced driver on the grid. He's won one World Championship. He's got 50 podiums, 15 wins in about 265 starts. So pretty impressive considering if you look back at the start of his career, it wasn't exactly good to put up with. But, you know, if McLaren wanted to keep him, they're going to have a very experienced but old lineup for next season. Not saying that they're going to be there for long, considering that, you know, if Alonso doesn't get the car he wants, nor does Jenson, in the next 2 years, then McLaren are going to have to look for another young driver to put in there as well. Because, you know, Alonso's been complaining for like the last 6-7 years that he wants a World Championship winning car. He's tried going back to Renault, he's tried Ferrari, he hasn't had much success. With Honda coming in next season, McLaren have obviously been focusing on them. Obviously, reason probably why they haven't been doing as well for the past couple of seasons is because they've been focusing on their car for 2015 and also discussing terms with Honda and how they're going to get a World Championship winning car. Also today they're going to be testing that engine, and then I think in Abu Dhabi they're going to be having a prototype car they're going to be testing during practice. So like a B car, I think they said in their statement. So that'll be exciting to see. So yeah, back on to Jenson. For me, I think if they appoint Jenson, they should hopefully have a very good season next season, because Alonso is consistent despite he hasn't won as many races in the past few seasons. Obviously with Vettel dominating, now Mercedes have overtook him, so really you've had no look for Alonso. I think you need like a new change of atmosphere because he's always been overshadowed by Vettel. Since 2010. He joined Ferrari, he nearly won the World Championship. 2011, he had a poor car. 2012, he came closer, but Vettel got at the last minute. 2013, he had a strong start to the season, but Red Bull obviously caught him up. So he hasn't had that much luck at Ferrari, really, even though he wanted more. So maybe a new fresh start at McLaren, even though he was only there for one season. But he was also overshadowed by Lewis Hamilton at that point as well. So if he comes in, he's going to have someone who has had experience and not had a rookie start or like a rookie season at McLaren. So he's going to have someone there who he knows well, he's good friends with, he can get on with without having caused any trouble like he did last time at McLaren, if you can remember that. They got disqualified from the Constructors in 2007. We could have won it that year, but obviously Alonso spat his dummy and everything kicked off by then. So yeah, I think it'll be a good partnership. They both bring experience. They're always consistent point scorers as well. They bring 3 World Championships together. Alonso obviously winning 2 World Championships in 05 or 06 and Jenson in 09. So it also proves if you give them the right car, they can deliver, despite if other drivers are going to be doing as well. Obviously like Red Bull, maybe Mercedes might be just as dominant next season. You know, who knows? Lotus might be up there since they're getting a Mercedes engine. But you know, Honda might dominate next season. Who knows? They're the only Honda car, having a Honda engine and so on. So yeah, I think it could be a risky lineup because, as like I said before, if if Jenson and Alonso don't get the right car, they're going to be like asking questions here and there, and then they're going to be wanting out. Jenson Button will probably consider retirement in the next few seasons if he does stay and he doesn't get a consistent winning car. But if he does get that, and so does Alonso, battling for that World Championship, then I think it won't be as bad as what it would be when Hamilton was up there and also Alonso back in 07. But I think they'll work together as a group, and there won't be like as much falling out as well between those two. So I think it'll be a good choice if Jenson he's a great favourite. Everyone likes him. Everyone is favourite of him as a British fan myself. I want to see Jenson there, as I do with Hamilton and other British drivers as well. So that's what I think of Jenson. Also, we have a young Kevin Magnussen. Now, I've been pretty impressed with his driving this season in his 18 races. He's only had one podium this season. I was obviously not in Australia, but he hasn't been like as good as what I thought he was going to be at the start of the season. Maybe that was because the car let him down as well. But maybe like Hamilton, if you gave him the right car, he could do as much good as what Hamilton did, or maybe what Button can do, or maybe what Alonso can do. But if he does get appointed, I think it will cause problems with Alonso because he doesn't really seem like to be overshadowed by a rookie driver. As I explained before, when Hamilton was in, he was a rookie driver, potential world champion. All the focus was on him because new British driver coming up through the ranks. Jim Clark, Jackie Stewart, Nigel Mansell's record were all on the line when he came in. Everyone, wanted him to do well. Sort of took their focus off Alonso a little bit, and then Alonso didn't really seem to like that attention on Hamilton. And then if they appoint Kevin, then that might be the same if he starts winning like races at the start of the season. Alonso isn't consistent. So really, Alonso, if Kevin is appointed alongside Alonso will have to make his name and stamp his authority that he is here to challenge Kevin, and that he isn't a pushover after all. He is still, despite him getting old, he's still the same Alonso when he won his 2 World Championships. But also Kevin Magnussen, I would say he is a potential world champion alongside like the likes of, sadly, well, obviously it would have been Jules Bianchi, but obviously he's not here with us, still in the hospital recovering. Daniel Ricciardo, a potential world champion. Also maybe Rosberg as well, he's a potential world champion. I think he's proven that for the past few seasons as well. He might win it, who knows. So he's up there in the ranks as to who could win a world championship. And if you give him the right car, he will be challenging up there with the likes of like Hamilton, Vettel, Ricciardo, everyone else like that. So I would say if they want a long-term partnership or a long-term driver, then Kevin is the right choice. He has come through the ranks of McLaren, and then maybe if Alonso decides to leave and fly the nest and go wherever he wants to go, then they'll probably bring Stoffel Van Dorn in. I think he's probably in the ranks to come through if Kevin is appointed and he leaves to a bigger team, or Jenson retires. I think he's already ready to pounce and make a move into one of them 3 seats. If we are to have 3 drivers, who knows? There could be all 3 for all we know. It could be like Jenson, Kevin and Alonso. So, who knows? Also, I've been working closely with this story with the McLaren driver situation. Also, I also seen that I think it's Carlos Sanchez, who is a Red Bull driver, young driver. He was apparently supposed to replace Jean-Eric Vergne at Toro Rosso, obviously with Daniel Kvyat leaving for Red Bull. He's supposed to partner Verstappen for next season, and he's been a contender for the seat all of a sudden. And I knew this was going to come around eventually because, we've all been focusing on these 3 drivers, and I'm expecting someone to jump in last minute and get that seat from nowhere. So I knew something like this was going to pop up, but I don't think it will get it. I think it's just going to be little rumours as well on this, silly season type of thing. But for me, as I am a McLaren follower, I would rather see Kevin there than Jenson. No disrespect to Jenson or anything like that. I do like him if he was there, I wouldn't be disappointed. But I would say I think Kevin has a lot to show. Jenson's been there, he's done that. It's Kevin's time, give him a chance. They want young drivers to have a chance in Formula 1. Give him a chance. See what you can do. If you can't, then obviously they'll have to consider replacements. They haven't had a good car this season, so I would say, you know, see what it can do if Honda do well next season. So we'll just have to see. But for me, it's Kevin Magnussen. So what do you think? Comment below to see what you would say, Jenson or Kevin for you, or even Sanchez, if you just want to be awkward or something like that. So yeah, that concludes this video as well for today. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then give a like on YouTube or Facebook. Please hit subscribe as well. I appreciate every subscriber again. I've got 18 subscribers so far, including Sauber F1 as well. So that also adds a little bit of glamour as well. So yeah, and also follow me on Twitter at JordanF12014. If you want to ask us any questions or based on Formula 1, tweet us or ask us on Facebook, Formula JT. Like us, send us a message. I'll answer back if I can. Also, if you want me to do a video, any requests on a video, I'll take it all in. If you want me to do something like a season review or something like that. Oh, on the subject of that, since I've just mentioned it, as a season review, instead of just doing all the races, I'm going to be doing like a team season review. So like I'm going to be discussing Red Bull, look at their season, then I'll do like Mercedes, like all in order who in the constructors. So I say like Mercedes, obviously I'll do Mercedes first, then Red Bull, then say Williams, Ferrari, McLaren, Force, and so on. You know what I mean? So that'll be good as well. So hopefully maybe some teams can get back to me on that. So yeah, thank you for watching. Please hit subscribe. I appreciate every subscriber I get, and I'll see you later.